Alysa Ito. I'm currently an assistant varsity coach at Mater Dei High School in Santa Ana, California. I played at Sonoma State, and I ended up at Hawaii Pacific University going to grad school and being a grad assistant coach there. And we won our first ever ring, or the second, I think, championship they've ever had. But it was an amazing experience. So I knew from just that and always being around competitive basketball that I wanted to be, still around the game. And I got super lucky that my high school coach I had in high school, he's now at Mater Dei. So when I moved back to California, he was like, oh, yeah, of course, come and coach with me. So I've been at Mater Dei now for 4 years. And last year we won the CIF Open Division Championship, which was pretty awesome. So it was our first time ever. So won another ring, which was awesome. And yeah, so I'm just kind of still enjoying that. And it's obviously weird being in a pandemic and coaching basketball, but it's been a good experience so far. Such an amazing experience. We had made playoffs in the Open Division, which basically that just means they put the best high school ranked teams in the same division for playoffs, regardless of, if it's a public school, private school. So it's super, super competitive, which is awesome for, the kids. But every game is so tough. Like, we play not a traditional bracket where if you lose, you're out. We play in like a pool. So they have basically all the teams in these pools, and you're guaranteed the 3 games or whatever it is. Mm-hmm. 4 games, 3 games. And whoever wins that pool will play the winner of the other pool, and that's kind of how they decide the championship game. So like when I just look back and think about our last games, they were all so close. Like I was trying to remember things that happened, but I'm pretty sure I just blacked out the whole time because there's so much going on, and like it's so intense, and it literally feels like you're playing for a championship every single game, and it's just like a regular playoff game for us. Yeah. But all of our games were like 1 possession games, and we were very fortunate that we came out on top in all of those games because they could have easily went the other way. But that was an amazing experience because you get to see all these kids who are, high-level kids really go at it. So this upcoming year is my first, freshman to senior graduating class. So the first time that I've had kids for all 4 years. And the seniors we have now, it's just been crazy to watch them develop because they were good when they came in, But now they're just on a whole nother level. It's kind of surprising. Like, I feel like you don't think kids that can get that much better, and they did. Like, we have 3 committed so far. They've all signed their letters of intent. One's going to Pepperdine, our post-May. And then we have our guard, Alysa, who's going to UNLV. She's our sharp shooter. And then we have, like, a swing guard, Brooke, who's going to Stanford. So we're just super stacked because of them, and it's been so nice to watch them grow and then develop into these leaders and players on the court. Their IQs are insane, and it makes it so much easier when you're a coach, when you have players like that who can, explain things to other kids and walk through those types of things, which I feel like doesn't happen too often. So it's definitely been fun. my favorite game I played in had to be when I was in college, and at the time we were playing in this like a non-league game, but they were ranked. I think it was Northwest Nazarene, and they were ranked number like 4 or 5 in the nation, and we beat them by like 8 points or something. So that was probably like one of the best feelings, is being like the underdog and like coming out and like having a good win. Not like we beat you by 1, like we won by 8. So that's probably one of my favorite games I played in. It was just like, I don't know, it's like crazy. You practice so many things, and you to prepare for games and things like that. And I felt like we were just so ready. And you have nothing to lose in games like that. So it was super fun to play, and it's not really stressful or, on edge or anything like that. I think my favorite game to have coached was probably when we won the Pac West. The Pac West tournament at Concordia. Like when we first cut down those nets, like there's no better feeling.
Are you?
Yeah, you're a senior year. Yeah, I think that's probably that feeling is like what I feel like I chase now as like a coach. I felt the same way when Mater Dei won. You're just like so happy for the girls, because like coaches, we're not physically out there, but you guys are the ones doing all the actual work. So it's just like so much joy and happiness for the team, because they're the ones that, you guys were the ones that played. And it was, that was by far like the best. It was just amazing, right? And then we just had a crazy year that year too. So it was super fun to just be around and be in that kind of environment for sure. For aspiring coaches or for coaches, I definitely think like being open-minded, and I'm constantly, talking about the game or reading on things, listening to podcasts, just because, when you really love the game, you truly are a student of the game. You're always wanting to learn more. You're always wanting to know, like, what's the best thing that you can do, to help your kids, whether that's on the court or off the court. I think that's super helpful. And, at the same time, I think it's important for the kids to feel respected and, being that type of person that, you can give kids advice and they'll respect you back. And I think a huge part of that is like how coaches deliver their advice, right? There's going to be kids that they can take being yelled at and getting in your face. And then you have to also adjust and realize there's kids that they won't respond to that kind of stuff. You're going to have to pull them aside, walk them through, like still, critique them or whatever it may be. But like not every player is going to react the same way. And I think being a coach and being able to realize that and adjusting to that is probably one of the most helpful things I learned, at least.
Yeah.
So for any basketball players coming on, I would say the same thing. Just watch a lot of film. Don't watch too much crazy, NBA games and things like that. But focus really like on fundamentals. I tell my kids all the time, like it doesn't really matter if you're spending hours and hours trying to create these NBA moves, because the chances of you doing that in an actual game is like, 1% of the time you'd actually do something like that, right? So just perfect, like know your role, like what you want to do, know what's the best thing to help your team win. And being unselfish. I think, being a good teammate is so underrated. Nobody wants to be, around someone who's constantly complaining about playing time or complaining about their teammates or complaining about the coach. Just bring good energy and have a good attitude. And I guarantee you, like things are going to be better if you work hard at it.